everybody, and welcome to the Scoop with Coop. I'm Coop. How y'all doing out there? So, it's been a while since I did a scoop video, so I decided to do one. Okay, so it's been a lot going on in entertainment and all that good stuff, so let's get right into it. So, it seems like people haven't forget what I'm trying to say. People still mad at Chris Brown for what he did to Rihanna. So now there are a group of women. I'm not sure of their name, if they're like have a group name, but they're going around putting stickers on Chris Brown's CD saying, "Do not purchase this CD. This man is a woman beater." So, okay, it's been like 3 years. I thought, he went out, came back in. He's doing great now. I mean, even though he still throw his little tantrums every now and then, but why they wait till 3 years later to do this? I don't know. They should have, if they wanted to do that, they should have did it when he first came back out, when he did the Fame CD. Why they gonna wait till the next CD? I don't know. But that's what's going on with Chris Brown and the women that still haven't forgave him for what he did to Rihanna. So they like, bam, putting stickers on his CDs. Don't buy his CDs. That's what they're saying. But anyway, that's that. Okay. Once upon a time, there was the best of both worlds, which was R. Kelly and Jay-Z. Now, R. Kelly is going with Jay-Z's counterpart, which is Kanye. So him and Kanye has a song, or are doing a song together. I don't know how Jay-Z feels about this, but whatever makes them money, I guess. They like, what you and Jay had, that was you. But, Kanye don't really care. But I don't know, because him and Jay-Z are like close. So I don't know. I want to see how this all plays out. If Jay-Z like, nah man, don't you do a song with him or whatever. So even though Kanye has his own mind, he gonna do what he wanna do. So we're gonna see how that plays out. Okay. As you know, Drake is doing an Aaliyah CD. So, Aaliyah and DMX was in a movie. What was it? Was it Romeo Almost There? No, that was Jet Li. What movie was that? I don't know. But DMX is not happy with Drake. He's not happy because he's doing an Aaliyah album without Missy and Timberland, which everybody's saying, like, how you gonna do a Aaliyah CD without them? I was what is Barry? I was a very big Aaliyah fan. And I said this before in another video, without Timberland and Missy, Drake, come on now. That's only right. I feel that's only right that he would get with Missy and Timberland. I feel that's only right. But, people do what they want to do. So, all right, Drake, whatever. Nicki Minaj is the new American Idol, I'm about to say CD, judge. Let's marinate on that. Nicki Minaj, a judge for a singing competition. Okay, I don't know who made that decision, but that was a bright idea. But anyway, I like Nicki Minaj, but clearly Nicki Minaj is not a singer. I feel that she shouldn't be a judge because the judges that's been on the panel in the past has been judges that has had a credible singing career, or has produced some singers or what have you. Nicki's only put out 2 CDs. She sings, but she's not a very. She's an alright singer. Granted, J-Lo is not the best singer in the world, but she has had a long career. So I see why they would pick her as a judge in the past from last season. So Nicki Minaj is a judge, and so is Mariah Carey. Now I see why they picked Mariah Carey, because Mariah Carey has been in the game for a long time. She is a credible singer. She's collabed with so many people, and she's kind of like an idol to some people. I don't think Nicki Minaj is an idol. Like, if she's like coaching them, I don't think they would really like grasp what she is saying. And if you're a Nicki fan, don't come for me. I'm just stating my opinion. But I don't see why they would pick her. Like, was there slim pickings? Nobody wanted to be a judge? Like, was she the last resort? Like, what? So, of course, we all know Mariah is a diva. She is a diva. She wants things done a certain way. We all have heard stories of her. Okay, so now they have started the audition process. And it's rumored that Nicki and Mariah has been beefing already. And they said during the first audition that has happened. Allegedly. I want to say that because, it's alleged. So they saying Mariah Carey is like, every time Nicki says something, Mariah would talk over her or what have you. Like Mariah, like, don't listen to what she has to say. I'm the diva. I'm the singer. So you would listen to me. So bump what Nicki has to say. Listen to me. But I would believe that would happen because like I said before, Mariah is a diva. She's a diva. She's a diva. So I want to see. I only watch the auditions anyway because I want to see the people that clearly know they can't sing go up there and audition. So I'm going to be watching the audition and see what happened. Nicki and Mariah getting it in. For next chapter, she had Usher. Usher, she has been wanting to do an interview with Usher for the longest. So she finally gets his interview. And when she comes to the house, Usher's like, I don't care who you are, you taking off your shoes. So she had to take her shoes off and put on some socks, or he had her some little slippers, but she wanted the socks, and proceed to enter his house. From what they shown of his house, he did give her a tour. It's a nice house. Okay, so let's get into the interview. Okay, so of course they talked about his marriage, the custody, and all this kind of stuff. And one thing that really stuck out to me is that Usher did not give clear answers. When he asked him a yes or no answer, he did do what he does best. He danced. Yes, he danced. He danced all around the question and had to give an explanation. And Oprah was like, okay, so did you do it or what? So usually Oprah's next chapter, you get a more understanding of the person, not the artist. So I wanted to really know Usher Raymond, the man, not Usher Raymond, the celebrity, the artist that we see in videos or on stage. And I didn't get that from this interview. After the interview was over, I was left hanging like, is there a part 2? Like, I want to know more. You didn't really give me any, like he owed me answers. Well, you didn't give the viewers, your fans, answers. So she asked him about cheating, because I have heard Tamika talk about him doing interviews like he cheated with one of my friends and da 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 da. So she asked him, did he cheated? And of course, he danced around the question. So he was like, well, you know, Oprah, but when, then, if, but you gotta put it here. I was there, she was, but, Usher, bring it back, honey. Did you cheat on her? Yes or no? One of the two. Not all of this that you're doing, Usher. But he finally got around to saying, after he done tap danced and pop locked and dropped it around the question, yes, he did cheat on her. And she asked about the rumor about him cheating with one of her bridesmaids. He did, but after the marriage was over, he said. Either way, the friend was trifling. I don't care before, after, during. You don't go back or mess with your friends. Man, that is a no. Okay, so then she asked him about the whole marriage period, like, because they had this whole elaborate $1 million wedding, and a couple of hours, did you say a couple of hours before the wedding, they called it off. So, and he was like, I was gonna marry her because I want to give her the wedding that she's always wanted, which I thought that was nice. But if you wasn't ready, then so okay, a couple of hours before the wedding, they say no, we're not doing this. But a couple of days later, they got married through his attorney or somebody like that. I don't know, but that was a mess. He was not ready, and you see what happened with the marriage. It went down. If you're not ready, you're not ready. Just be upfront with it. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, then they brought his mama on, and you know she asked her about him firing her, and she was like, you know, I forgive him or whatever. You know, during that time we was going all through this. So, Mama, everyone knows Miss Jeanette clearly did not agree with Usher and Tamika marrying. And I think that was part of the reason, you know, he let her go. And she just knew. She was like, no. And let me tell you, mamas and grandmas, they are always right when it comes to relationships or things of that nature. Anything they tell you, they're always right. I wish I listened to my grandmother with the particular relationship I was in, but I didn't, because I was so in love. But see where that happened. But that was a growing experience for me. But anyway, him and his mama they were never not speaking, but they're on better terms now, which I'm glad. And what else she talking about? Oh, the custody hearing. He said he didn't want to proceed with the custody hearing after she, you know, buried her son. But he said she wanted to do it. And you know, one incident where he was crying in court and he was like, they was trying to say I was an unfit father and all this kind of stuff. It was just a whole nasty thing. But I'm glad to hear Usher's side of the story. And now, you know, people was on Twitter going at him saying, okay, Oprah, you did Usher, now give Tamika her chance to give her side. Which, I don't know. I don't think Oprah would do that, interview Tamika. If she did, that would give her some ratings, because you know she's going for the ratings now. So if she did, of course people are going to watch to see what her side of the story is. So that's that about the Oprah Next Chapter interview. Like I said before, the interview left me wanting to know more. Like, he didn't answer the questions, he danced around the questions, so that was it. You thought Oprah asked all the good questions, or, you know, got people to open up. Iyanla Van Zant. That lady did. Okay, so her show Fix My Life premiered Saturday. Part 1 was Evelyn. She from Basketball Wives, and as you know, Evelyn on the show was basically a pit. I called her a pit bull in a skirt. She was. If you made her mad, it was done. So she did an interview with Iyanla to kind of like start, to fix whatever was going on. So because she wanted to give a more positive energy instead of all the negativity and all the cursing and all this kind of stuff. So part one was 4 weeks before the head buster. So 4 weeks. Okay, she went to Chad's house in Miami. Chad wasn't there. He was supposed to be there. That sent off the first red flag for Iyanla. So the second, and then she gave, he was there with, she was there with his children and her family. That was another red flag for Iyanla. And she gave him gave her a tour of the house and everything, and she was just like, oh, okay, so this is like Chad's house. Another red flag. She was like, well, where is he? She was like, well, he's in, he went somewhere. Okay, so let's get into the interview. So, when Iyanla started interviewing her or came into her presence, she already sensed something was not right. Something was wrong, and she had to get to the bottom of it. So, she got a computer and she showed clips of how Evelyn acted on Basketball Wives, or how she just from 1 to 10, and she even said it. She said, I don't have a medium, I don't have a middle. It's like this one should make me mad, and come to find out it was like a learned behavior from her family. So this was a good interview. So let me get back to the interview. Iyanla said, you were a thug among women. She didn't say you was a thug. You were a thug among women. That woman knows she pronounces her words. So she told her she was a thug among women. She was a bully, and she needs to stop this. And then she asked her, she said, I got you, She grabbed her hands. Of course, Evelyn was crying. She grabbed her hand. She was like, I'm here for you. I'll be your accountability partner. Tell me what's your fear. What is your fear? And she said she had a fear of being alone, a fear of having nothing, because she went from having nothing to having something, and she had all these fears of not being loved and all this kind of stuff, which I kind of felt sorry for Evelyn. When she really opened up, she was so transparent in both the part one and part two. She was so transparent, and I'm glad she was transparent so everyone could see, because there are other people like that, that's like Evelyn, that that's all they know is to be raw. Like when somebody cross me, they got to be like, raw, you ain't gonna do this to me. They don't sit. She said she never sat and talked to someone about the issue she was having with them. That's why with the thing with Jennifer and the thing with the other girl, I think her name was Keisha, on I think season 1, where she threw the drink in her face, she don't know how to sit down and talk about it. The only thing she know is go. She is TTG, trained to go. So and then she started talking about Chad. She was like, started talking about her past relationships, how she was promiscuous, and that's all she really knew. And Iyanla was like, you're having this pattern or cycle of men, which as women we kind of do have. Sometimes we start, we always go after the same guy that treat us the same way, and we don't get the results that we want. So she started talking to her about men, and she really dug in deep in Evelyn. And then part 2 was after the head bust to the white meat incident. Because in part 1 she said, Evelyn, the way you acting is going to come to bite you, and it's going to bite you hard. And I was like, God doggone Iyanla, are you a psychic? Because she called it out. So, ooh, this video get kind of long, but it's been a while since I've done one, so bear with the length of the video. So anyway, so in part 2, she came after the incident. She was like, what happened? How did this lead to this? So she said Chad borrowed her car, and so she was getting bags and stuff out, and so she saw a Walgreens bag that he left in there, and she saw the receipts, and condoms was on there, and he was not there. So she called him and said, you need to come home, we need to talk. So that's how the whole incident started, and it just went downhill from there. And she admitted that that's not the first time Chad has done something like, well, being physically abusive with her. And like most women, we think we can change a man, and she thought she can change him. You know, the way he was acting on TV, the way, you know, we've heard of him being arrogant and all this kind of stuff. Yes, so she really came out, and she asked her what was the other incidents, but she did not want to talk about that. And then she was like, you know, because his kids watching, she said, Iyanla was like, look, I know you care about those girls, but it's not about his children. It is about you. And this interview was just, I keep saying this interview was just so good. And I see a different light of Evelyn, and I want to see how she's going to act on the next Basketball Wives season. Like, did this really help her, or did it not? Because Iyanla got her together. Iyanla read her. Iyanla said this is not the way to go, to be calling women bees and all this kind of stuff. Iyanla did not hold anything back from how she felt about the way Evelyn acted in her relationship and her marriage. So I hope the best for Evelyn. I hope the best for Chad. She said she hasn't talked to him since then. She don't want to talk to him, and now he has come to grips that they're getting a divorce. Because before he did not want a divorce, but now in his blogs and everything is saying, okay, he has faced his demons, and okay, we're getting a divorce. But I want somebody to do an interview with Chad. Who gonna do an interview with Chad? Please, because I want to see what he got to say. Because, you know, anytime there's a domestic dispute, they always ask the woman, because of course she's the victim. But they never. Well, Chris Brown did an interview with, what was the man's name? I forgot. The guy, the white guy with the bow. No, he didn't have a bow tie. He's been doing interviews for the longest. Why can't I think of his name? But anyway, they never interview the, I guess, the beater. They always interview the BT. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, what else? I hope you enjoyed this video. Always, not always, but yeah, always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please rate, please comment. Also, thumbs up the video. Also, share this video, retweet the video, you know, whatever. Just, you know, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. So I hope everyone have a good day or good night, whichever time you're watching it. And God bless. Bye-bye.